Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are now in our couch. Our comfy couch is here. That some of us have a couch on our couch. It is Couchception. Let me run out of here for today. There we go. As always, the only one being cool and hanging out on the arm of the couch. So yeah, that was our episode 3, The Death Train. I think it's a mildly unfair moniker. The train doesn't just do death. In fact, it does a multitude of things. I think it does more things than just death. That's just me. However, it's a snappy title, and so I used it. It's a title for like a 70s style horror movie, probably, I would say. And so that's why I used it. Star's Blanky and the Choo hat combo. Yes, we were just discussing that it makes Star look like an actual ghost.
I'm a ghost.
Right. Ghost train, get it?
Haha.
I get it. Well, okay, I'm actually pretending, but still.
How dare you?
So, now we are at the point in the show where we take questions about what happened from both the chat and ourselves. So from now on, when you folks want to ask questions, go ahead and ask them. I would prefer if you use the highlight function down below. It's real cheap. If you've been watching the show the whole time, you will definitely have a couple saved up. But I will honestly take questions regardless. It's just a matter of what do I take first. And in addition to that, of course, we will also be taking questions from each other, to each other. It'd be weird if we asked chat something, because you can't answer in a timely manner. And that'd be strange.
We could ask chat if they enjoyed this episode.
That's true.
Ghost train.
Yeah.
If the overwhelming answer is no, then I don't know what to do about that. But Sam says he did. So honestly, that's really all I want.
Oh, thanks, Sam.
We do all of this. All of this just for Sam.
Train.
This is just a show for Sam.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay, so yes, go ahead and put your questions in chat, and until then, we're going to take a question from ourselves to ourselves until we build up some questions. Does anyone have a question for someone to someone?
I do not.
I have a lot of questions about Rathgirther specifically. And I don't know if you're like allowed to answer any of them because it's like secret backstory stuff that we will reveal as we play. But like,
I'll ask and I'll let you know if it if it crosses that threshold.
are any of the stories that you tell about yourself true?
No.
Okay. So you didn't have like a partner who got turned into stone and then was heartbreakingly crushed.
They're all tales of the fictional character Rathgirther.
I wasn't sure if you like peppered in any.
No.
Okay.
No, it's all,
I feel like that answers a lot of the other
I
questions.
feel like it should like line up with stories that you've heard, you know?
First question from the chat, aside from Legitimine saying this is the first episode they've seen, and it says everything looks great so far. Thank you, Legitimine, and it's appreciated. Cecil the Awesome, regular questioner, asks if it's going to pop up. I don't know why it's not. However, let's refresh it. Sorry, it's just refreshing. Cecil the Awesome asks, earlier Rathgirther tried to poke Emery in the eyeball. Why the eyeball specifically?
Yeah. Why?
Because what would you do if you wanted to prove someone was alive?
Not poke them in the eyeball.
Well, a dead person certainly wouldn't mind.
That's like the worst place to be poked.
Exactly.
It would hurt.
Exactly. But it wouldn't hurt a dead person.
You can't possibly know that.
Well, they've never complained the many times that I've done it.
Thus, poke you in the eyeball next session.
Yeah, that's what do you do when you see a dead body? You poke it to make sure it's dead.
You do not.
Well, you poke it with a stick.
Well, I didn't have a stick. Besides, it's not sanitary to poke someone with a stick in the eye.
Right.
Fair enough.
All right, featured chat is just deciding not to work. That's fine.
You could also say that poking anyone in the eye with anything is not sanitary.
No one's hands are cleaner than Rathgurther's.
Doubt.
They have
To doubt.
They have seen you eat. Let's see here. What else do we got here? Question: I assume this is to anyone in the party? But Sam is asking: do any of you have theories about what's going on?
Dead people train.
I don't have there isn't like a theory yet, but when Tim opened the door, it was like there was an invisible person in the way, and that would really that like fits with the like crate that Muldris and Emery found that had like the indentation, like maybe there is a little invisible person running around. I mean, maybe they're not invisible all the time, but and so I think there's somebody who is on here who is trying to like not hijack. What's the word I'm looking for?
Burgle?
No, like when
Commandeer?
you just mess something up. It's not like they're trying to take over. They're just trying to
sabotage?
like sabotage. Thank you. Everything. Who knows why? But that's all that I've got right now.
Okay.
I definitely would have thought there were several party members who were trying to sabotage the Choo, but
Just the doors.
Honestly, 100% honestly, I have been thinking about this since we got into the engine room. I don't know what Tim, like, she doesn't have a goal anymore. She's seen the engine. She like, that's what she was focused on, and now she doesn't have that anymore, so.
no more reason to live.
Well, I think she's also the only. I think she is also the only one who, quote unquote, saw the invisible person.
That's true.
Oh yeah, we don't know that person was there.
Yeah. There was kind of a flurry of stuff happening. I didn't have time to tell you, but
You definitely screamed at them, though.
yes. Oh yeah, there was screaming happening.
Listen, lots of issues going on in this train.
Yeah,
It's a
I have
choo-choo.
no clue what's happening with the stupid train. No idea. None whatsoever. I was like, I don't know.
I'm very pleased.
The midnight train.
Yeah, I
going
hate you.
anywhere.
I mean, it seems like it's going like one place in particular, and that's into the void.
Hmm.
Okay, but
Which
my
is
question
the
is,
void except anywhere.
Mm.
did the engineer not lock the door or not close it properly, or did the invisible person like open it?
It
That's a
sounded
good
like the
question.
invisible person opened it.
That was
Okay.
my assumption.
You folks encountered my invisible person.
Hmm.
How dare?
I did not expect them to be invisible, because like, why would they have hid if they could have just snuck on?
Hmm.
Sure.
Well, okay, so my other thing is when we were breaking down one of the doors, our DM did mention that like one of the doors opened and then closed again, and Emery didn't see it, so I didn't say anything about it, but I was like, there's somebody invisible in this car, isn't there?
Well, I mean, I told you guys what I saw.
You told us that there was somebody there, you didn't say anything about like the opening and the closing of the door.
Oh,
not
yeah,
specific.
you're right.
Yes.
I forgot that happened and did not think twice about it. So
Me too. Like, I let you guys know, and I'm like, my job is done. Everything is fine.
I didn't want to metagame. It is against my principles, but I was screaming internally. I'm like, that invisible person's in the car with us. I'm not gonna
But
say
I-
anything.
like they
Well,
had the
that's why you closed
opportunity.
the door.
They had the
Yep.
opportunity to attack us, and they didn't. Not like
Right.
directly, at least. So
Mhm.
that's something.
But they also did theoretically open the thing that let the fire spirit out, and did directly lead to us all dying again.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just liberating the fire spirit from its confines of, being stuck
Oh, yeah.
firing
I'm
a
gonna
train.
pull a certain author and introduce a captive creature type, and then make somebody who's the villain who is trying to set them free.
But maybe that's the thing, is like they're not actually the villain. Like maybe
That's
they're
true.
actually a good guy, and
Maybe. You have no idea. There are lots of suspects on this train.
There are.
Okay.
I'm just mad that Tulu attacked me.
You attacked her.
No, she attacked me first. I only attacked her because she attacked me.
She killed
listen,
me.
That's true.
Yeah.
She beat you up real bad. Let's see here.
Interesting. I just realized
there
we're
is-
playing a murder mystery from the perspective of the murdered people.
That's true.
Yay!
That is true. That's funny.
It was very up here. I was like, oh, that's a phenomenal idea. No one's thought of this before.
No one surely never has done this.
Right. This is actually a question for me. If I can make it pop up or not. There it is. From Finnot. I was wondering if the campaign is the campaign entirely based on the train, or is there going to be more outside of it? First of all, it's a choo-choo. Let's remember that. Second of all, this campaign is a choo. It's a choo. Second of all, this campaign, I wrote this particular module to be from level 1 to 3 to onboard people. So they'll be level 3 by the time they're done it.
On board.
On board.
Ha!
Can you not?
I physically cannot. Not.
Yep. Cannot not. She made a whole video on puns. So I'm expecting that the party will indeed make it off this train, and then there will be more. I have written oodles and oodles of stuff for them to do afterwards, and in addition to that, a lot of the pre-canned modules for D&D 5e start at around level 3 or so we can make our choices based on that afterwards. Incidentally, you all get level 2 at the end of the session.
Yeah.
But we'll go over that later. I'll help each of you who need it to level up.
Okay.
Just drop that there. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Megaron, who should be at work, is asking us, will we be preemptively locking Tulu in her chamber next season or next session?
Not a
Wait,
bad
where did she come from? We were in the...
She was already on the baggage train when you burst through the door.
Oh.
That's why she
Yeah,
was
but
able to hide
if
behind
we
the
can
door.
tell which room is hers, we can just immediately go in there and lock it.
That's true.
But we don't necessarily need to go to the engine room anymore, right?
That's
Maybe
true.
not.
Probably not. Although Ron may not remember this, but Vernon absolutely knows which room Tulu is staying in. He found it in the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
Or rather, the second episode, I should say. The first episode, you were on the train. Not being the first episode entirely, but the second episode. If you follow me.
Real fans don't count non-train episodes.
Mm-hmm. True. Real fans don't count those. The train arc is all of that. Let's see here. Next question. My lovely wife Rose asks if we all know how wonderful and amazing we all are, and that your what was your fave part of today's episode?
I enjoyed being able to. I enjoyed finally getting to the engine room because now we can put that to rest, and I don't have to be quite as irritatingly focused on it. And I liked geeking out with the engineer. That was fun. Gives me the in-universe direction for later things that my character will be doing. So that's exciting.
I enjoyed when there was an attempt to stop me from eating.
That failed immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I also got to cast magic for the first time with
That's
this
true.
character.
That's true. I like how you do it. It's fun.
I'm trying a new thing with it.
The boo boo blanket was very good.
Very cute. I like that my thing with luring the fire spirit back in worked. I was just like, it's cat. I'm gonna treat it like a cat. Yeet.
And thus ruining my attempts to destroy you all in a massive fireball.
Haha!
Yeah, we're not gonna let it happen twice.
That's
I
right.
liked that me actually missing didn't actually do anything horrible to us. It helps Tam out. Or Tim out.
honestly, all that would have really happened was it would have paused slightly to eat those coal chunks first and then continued into the boiler. So you got it close enough. If you had like got a 1 or something, I would have said like it bounces off and flies back onto the coal pile and like stuff would have happened there. But you didn't fail that badly, so no lampoonery going on. Let's see.
Oh
here.
no, I got the exact same roll twice. That's what it was.
Yeah, it wasn't
Like,
bad.
I can't remember.
It was 7 or something like that, and I was like,
Yeah.
I can't make cartoony shenanigans happen on a 7. That's just not fair. That's
Because I did roll a natural 1 for something, but I can't remember what it was for anymore.
Was it the lockpick? No,
I broke my own ankle. That was mine.
that's true. You caused a little bit of foot pain. Sam is asking if he may ask. Does Rathgirther know she's not the fictional Rathgirther?
Not consciously, but she suspects that there's something wrong, and that's why she had such a strong reaction when the engineer said that he'd seen the opera.
Yes, indeed. I'm enjoying playing with that motif. In case y'all didn't notice.
Yeah, she's kind of she believes her bullshit, if that answers the question.
Nice. Excellent. Anyone in the party have questions? We went through a whole bunch of chat questions. Did that perhaps jog any questions out of anyone?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is Tim a child? Because we've been like, there's been a lot of every time that this comes up, Tim says, "I'm 30."
Yes.
And I'm
Which he
wondering
is.
if that's like when a kid is like, "I'm not a kid, I'm 8." You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
Okay. It is sort of like that, where it's kind of like, you know, in The Little Mermaid when Ariel is like, "I'm not a child anymore, father, I'm 16." It's one of those kinds of things. But also that because she's so, her earlier childhood, like her actual childhood, her parents weren't around a ton and didn't parent her really at all. And so she didn't have a ton of guidance from them. And then they disappeared and she's been living by herself for 12 years. So she hasn't had like the experiences that have taught her how to be an adult person. So it's not like a, regression or anything like that, but she just hasn't had the opportunity to learn and grow into an adult. So she's still kind of stuck in that. Like, she knows that she's supposed to be almost an adult.
Right.
But she just doesn't know how to do it yet. And so she's falling back on a lot of those comforts and like skills and things that she learned as a child, because that's all that she knows.
Makes sense.
If that answers your question.
It does.
Yeah, the differing rates of maturity on sentient creatures in this game are very hard to conceptualize. Because, like, on the one hand, it says that they don't reach maturity, like gnomes, for instance, to use an example, until they're roughly 30-ish, right? However, I mean, they're still a sentient creature living 30 years. Like, how does that not give you a 30-year-old experience? Did their brains physically just not develop as fast? That can't be true. We see that with elves, for instance, right? It's a weird concept to look through. Basically, you're diving into the eugenics of the game, and that's it's kind of gross and fiddly. So basically, all I do is it's mostly a cultural thing when I think of it that way, because otherwise, it just gets gross. All right. No other questions from chat at the moment. Anything else from either of you folks?
Maldrus. Maldrus? Maldrus?
Mal.
Mal.
Maldrus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mal's fine for short.
Are you willing to share a little bit about your relationship with Tulu? Like how you know Tulu, or you don't have to if you don't want to.
From what I know as a player versus the actual story,
Yeah.
It's a little bit different. So maybe actually Jay can answer that a little bit better than I can.
So with you folks all might have noticed, I obviously have a bunch of things that I know about your characters, and essentially your characters sort of know these things about themselves. But just like in real life, there are things about yourself sometimes that you don't even know. However, because Jinx, you're such a new player, what we did when we were making Jinx's character is I said, we're gonna write some things about your character, and as things go along, whatever you need to know as a character, I'll just have you know it, so that you don't have to worry about it. Because like learning the entirety of a lore base of a world that you're supposed to have been living in your whole life is really difficult on top of learning an RP system and streaming it. So
he went super easy mode on me.
Yeah, so basically, well, not necessarily. It's just I took over as much as Jinx felt comfortable with me taking over in terms of her character writing. So she knows Tulu in a professional sense, in that she knows of her, right? Maldrus was in Loudwater for a month or so recuperating, and in that time would have probably met Tulu as a member of the organization she belongs to, and knows by her reputation that she is someone tough, an enforcer that shouldn't be messed with generally, and is more or less ruthless with how they conduct security matters.
And she also gave me the train ticket too, right?
That's true, yeah, because you know somebody who is being a problem for the organization, and they have asked you to deal with your shit, basically.
Okay.
So that's the back end. That's what they know. Jig wants a refund for the train tickets that he got. I think that's fair. You'll have to give it to one of the ghosts, though.
Dead?
Right? Although I guess,
yeah, because I mean, really, you're getting lots of train rides for the one ticket. So really,
you
it's
get
a
unlimited
deal.
rides.
Yeah.
right. As long as you're willing to die a bunch.
If we took out life insurance policies, we could make a tidy sum.
Right.
We all get rich
Oh
quick
my
and then
word.
retire to the countryside.
Do not even attempt to explain life insurance to Tim. That's not even.
Vernon would friggin' love that shit. Vernon would be all over that.
But how can we prove that we died if we're still alive?
But taxes
That's
That's the
Like-
question, isn't it?
We all just put on little mustaches and be like, "Hello, yes, I am their uncle. I'm here
That's-
to collect their life insurance policy."
I don't feel like we'd have to die to do that.
We wouldn't. That's the joy of it.
It's true.
Right? Man, there are going to be some people who have questions for you whenever you leave this train, likely, if they ever find out you've died this many times.
Yeah.
And
Does
how
that
would
mean
you
get
even
to collect that many times?
I mean, like, all the people you would be getting information from right now would be like the ghosts, and Emery can't even get close enough to talk to one of them, so...
Yeah, they hate me. They hate my guts, which honestly I'm okay with because they're spooky.
And wait, Emery's the only one that they stay away from?
Yep, they appear to be terrified of her.
Okay.
They should be. I'm a force to be reckoned with.
I was gonna
Ignore
say,
the
is
fact
it-
that I died earlier?
Is it
Fine.
because she's just that intimidating, or are they just like racist against tieflings?
Mm.
Oh no, I made a train of racist ghosts.
No!
What did you do?
The racist
Oh,
ghost
no.
train! No!
Like,
Like, I was
The
initially
only
thinking
thing
that
worse than
too,
a
and like,
ghost
if
train.
I'm a tiefling and I look like a devil or whatever.
I don't think the ephemeral undead would particularly care about what race you were. Long story short.
But I've got these spooky tiefling eyes, though.
That's true. But I don't know, like, none of you have seemingly been overly intimidated by the Grumpy Teeth. So, I don't believe that that's a likely answer to that particular weird question. of the many weird questions that you all have. I actually have a question. Are you all getting usable bits of information from your death visions, or am I being way too fucking fancy?
What do you mean by usable?
Yeah, it's like usable. The word usable is debatable, but
That's okay. To be fair. Are you getting any information that is grokking in your brains? Are you getting any information from these visions that let you kind of piece together what may be happening to you?
Oh.
Or may have happened to you individually, in general.
like
If I'm to be
past
clearer.
events, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, at the very least, one of you is explicitly reliving past events.
Yeah.
Oopie.
I don't really. No, to be honest, I don't really see how it relates to the ongoing mystery of who killed the train.
yeah, absolutely. None of these visions have anything to do with the people with the train itself.
Okay. Then yeah, I mean it clearly is like related to Tim's goal. If that answers your question.
It does.
All I know is you described the figure as giggling, and I'm like, oh, you little shit beast. It's like, I know what this is referring to, and that made me mad. Like, oh, now I'm grumpy IRL. Fuck.
The grumpy IRL. The caboose did it. It's always the caboose. I mean, the caboose got killed first this time.
Sure.
Rip caboose.
Mm-hmm.
The butt of the train. And the butt of the joke.
Such a shame. Well, all right, chat. We've been at this for, I think, about 20-ish minutes now, so if any of you have any more questions left, now is the time. Sort of speed round on questions.
Everybody's favorite color, go.
Oh, shit.
Green.
I like blues.
Teal.
Star.
That's just the combination of blue and green.
Star.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, pick a
But
side.
it's a very specific. Hey. But I like both.
Star, I'm colorblind. How could
All
how
right.
could you?
No, don't worry about it. We make fun of him for color all the time.
Right.
Oh, cool.
It's a part of my core personality.
Yeah. If you're just like, hey Jay, what color is this? And he gets all sad.
No.
My sadness is laughter to others.
Like, don't worry about offending him.
What color represents sadness?
All of them. All right. Well, it looks like chat is being mum, so unless anyone else has any specific questions, I think we're gonna wrap that up.
Yeehaw.
All right, chat. That's it. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you all for joining us for our third month. Congratulations, you've all made it this far. We leveled up to level 2. Like I said, I will make sure that all of the players get to where they're gonna go. And we will see you all again next month. Now, anyone who is subscribed can immediately view the VOD whenever they like. However, it is the unedited VOD, so don't worry about it. In the next week, there will be an edited version put up on our YouTube page. Links in the chat. And in addition to that, we are going to have, obviously, the audio versions put up on our podcast on Anchor and Spotify and Google Podcasts, wherever your podcasts are sold. In addition to some special bonus content, which we are now all working on slowly but surely. And if you are subscribed, you will find those in the Discord, or if you're subscribed to our Anchor directly, you can find it directly on Anchor. I think that's it. Folks, starting with Wild Jinx, tell us where we can find you all.
Oh, you can find me at Wild Jinx or twitch.ca, twitch.tv/Wild Jinx.
Twitch is a Crown Corp, confirmed.
And You started with me. I don't have my stuff ready.
Ah.
And the YouTubes, if you just Google, or not Google. Oh my gosh. You put me on the spot and now I'm
I did.
failing. Thank
I'm
you.
sorry.
YouTube, if you search for Wild Jinx, I think I pop up in one of the selections. But we're just gonna leave it at that for now. Just the two.
Yep.
Because I fail at everything else.
Star.
Hello. I am Star or the Starfish Face on pretty much every single platform because Starfish Face was taken. So I have my biggest things I like to shill are if you like fantasy adventures like the ones we just played through, you should read my webcomic, castoff-comic.com. And also, I don't know, follow me on Twitter, I guess. The Starfish Face.
Mildred.
Hello, my name is Thought Slime. I was once a kid like you, or at least I was until I found Evil Gorgo's magic jewel, and I touched it, and now every time I sneeze, I'm a monster by mistake. I make videos about slime feces and genitalia. You can find me at youtube.com/thoughtslime.
Excellent. And finally, Zoe.
Yes, I am Zoe B. And you can find me at Zoe B on YouTube. And on Twitter at Zoe_the B. And those are the only two places that I exist. But if you're here live, watching this live, I'm going to be doing my own live stream on Sunday on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So go on over there. I guess
Exciting.
that's the one chill that I have.
Absolutely. And I am Jay of the Jaycorn. You are on my channel currently. All of my links are now in chat and or below us. And they will also link to every one of these fine people over here. I have been known in the past to stream on a fairly regular basis. I haven't been doing it since we've been doing this TTRPG stream because I do a lot of extra work behind the scenes, but I do want to get back into doing more. So if you keep an eye on this channel, we'll be doing stuff hopefully revolving around this TTRPG stream. Maybe I'll get some of you folks to help me make an NPC, which might come up a little later. Maybe I'll do some lore dumps where I talk about what's going on in the world. And I don't know, some shenanigans involving some games I would like to play anyway. I think that's it. Once again, folks, please thank Sam the mod. Pronouns in my bio in chat. And we'll see you all next time. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Choo choo.